wisdom, and you're listening to Rico and Pearlos' House of Exotic Hymes Takes Frolic. And today we are going to be talking to Zach. I call him Zach the Max. Just made that up today, so don't go calling him that all the time. Maybe he'll stick. Zach, and we have been talking to each other on Twitter through comments and all of that for quite some time now. Then you reached out to me and you were talking about whether people would like to talk about analytics. And I don't know what other people would like to talk about, but I sure as hell do like to talk about analytics. So Zach, give us a little idea. You're exploring a podcast here coming up in the next little while with a bunch of other creators in hockey minds from different areas, some more eye tests, some more analytics. Sounded really interesting. Tell everybody about it.
Well, we're going to start a podcast up here soon with like a balance of people that are more analytics heavy. Like me, I am like super analytics heavy more than eye test.
Right.
I also use eye test, but like I mainly prioritize analytics because I think they like good analytics will lead to you having a better team. Compared to eye test, you can have like luck, right? You can have luck in your results, but the expected don't really mean that, and then that will just balance out. Having a balance of both of them really fits well because you can have very you can both learn a lot about the specific thing you're talking about if you have a balance of both of them, in my opinion.
Yeah, and specifically what you were talking about to me about was like some of the basics of what maybe people don't understand about like analytic cards when you see them. Exactly how they work. What does WAR mean and stuff like that? Could you kind of highlight that for people that may be listening right now? Because I know I post cards and people have a tendency to go like, "Well, what do these cards mean?" Blah blah blah.
I think when you post a card, you actually have to give context and what they're actually meaning because the card basically means the even strength defense. How it works is they use like an expected goal model, which is based on the shot look like whenever a shot is taken, it's given a expected goal value based on where the shot was taken from and who it was taken from, right? So
right. And kind of explain like how they come to evaluations of players in different situations, like defensively, offensively, play driving, stuff like that.
So since let's say for example, a normal goal. Let's just say for goals for, right? Not in normal goals for, every goal is created equal. If there's like a random low danger chance that goes in, it's weighed the same as a high danger goal going in.
Right.
And that's where the expected model changes that, because it basically means if you have like above 50%, you're controlling the majority of the higher danger chances on the ice.
Right.
And then if you do that individually by player, it's not great because there's no way before this, there was no way to isolate. There was no way to like isolate for a player's performance away from their environment, who they play with, play against, where the shift starts, like the score in the game.
Yeah.
But then people that are smarter than me that came up with this something called regularized actual plus minus.
Mm-hmm.
And that basically they use something called ridge regression, which allows them to isolate for all of the environmental factors and get a value of that player's single individual impact on the ice, like how much they're impacting the game defensive, offensively, finishing. And then based from that, they get a net impact, and then they calculate that into a WAR value, which means how many wins that player is adding to a team's record above replacement level player.
Right. Like against average for the most part.
Replacement level player isn't average, so it's just like there's players on a roster. There's players on a roster that are replacement level that need to be replaced because they're very bad.
Right.
And that sounds kind of mean, but like players aren't that great.
Yeah, in comparison to other players, like I get that sometimes too. People saying these are NHL players; they're not bad players. Yes, we're talking about in compare. They're all elite. They're all in the NHL. Like, come on, of course they're all in the show, but we're talking about in comparison to those that are in the NHL.
And that replacement level player has a WAR of 0. They're neither negative. They're not losing you games or they're not winning you games. Basically, just like straight on neutral.
Right. That's when you're talking about micro stats. Usually, when they talk about like macro,
really.
Macro, like say Nylander is. There's no negative, at least in JFresh cards.
That's the macro. That's the macro.
What's that?
That's the macro. The JFresh cards are the macro because
macro cards, right? Yeah.
And
but
then
if
the
you look at
micros,
you will see the negative values in each thing that they do.
Yeah, I mean the micros has a lot of other like stats that tell what the player's doing in the game.
Yeah.
That is manually tracked. So when I look at it more than 1 year because normally they only track like 20 or so games of that per each player per year because it's really hard to go through every game and every player and manually track everything.
Right. Yeah, you take it on a 3-year or something
2
like
year.
that.
I do 2 year.
Okay.
I do 2 year, and then if player had a bad year, I'll take the 3rd year, but I'll take it as a less of a.
Right, and then you can find context in the good years and the bad years and stuff like that.
Yeah, because players have good years and bad years. Like not every player is good. Only the true elite ones are. Like you see, like above average NHL players have bad years and have good years, right? Like Swayman last year was absolutely abysmal. He was like one of the worst goalies in the league. And this year he was one of the best goalies in the league. Like they have up and down years, which can be impacted by
especially with goalies. It can have so many there's so many variances.
Goalies are voodoo. I said this for years. Goalies only the truly elite, like top of the line elite goalies are consistent. All the rest guys are like inconsistent, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes they have games. Even in the Cup final, you had Bussy in the beginning of the year. Overall, the whole year, he was kind of inconsistent. He started off well. He down the stretch, he was a bit worse. And the playoffs, he was great, right? So it's just a bit inconsistent what you're going to get.
Right. That we could talk about that sometime too, because we can talk about it right now.
Goalies are really complicated in terms of
like in the heavy analytical community, I guess you want to say. It seems to be
I only care about one stat for goalies.
It seems to be a what's the word I'm looking for? Popular concept that you do not pay goaltenders a lot of money for the reasons of the fact that there's so much variance when it comes to goaltenders unless you get elite. And you can, like Carolina, for instance. Carolina built a model where their players, except for maybe Svechnikov and Hall, basically every single player is just below average to well above average in 3-zone defensive play in all 3 zones.
Right? Aho's pretty poor defensively, though, right?
Aho is, yeah. Aho is overrated defensively, for sure.
Aho's overrated in general. I think he's a good 1C, but I don't think he's like this elite 1C.
I agree. And he gets this idea that he's elite defensively or like Selke level, and
he's not. He's just offensively. He's like if Shifley had a little bit better defense. That's literally what
Oh,
he is.
I don't really. Shifley, you think is even worse or even is better defensively than?
No,
Oh,
no, no.
I don't know.
I said if Shifley had a little bit better
Oh,
defense.
yes. All right. That's
Yes.
exactly what
Yeah.
it is. That's what he
Yeah.
is. Yeah. That's a good way
Yeah.
of putting it. Yeah.
Um,
Shifley has
but
zero
I
defense.
think Carolina also they have a system and they got every player that perfectly fits that system.
Well, I mean, they play it to the best of their abilities, and as long there's a variance um, to a player not being able to accomplish it as good as another player, simply because of like there's something that the reason why I like to go with eye test. I wouldn't call it eye test, but it's context outside of numbers that are very difficult to produce through analytics. Carolina is a much if you were to condense the model to Carolina based on them being uh, with a lot of rest compared to playing like a full 82 game season like this year, I was betting Carolina all the way because they had 2 weeks rest, 6 weeks rest.
Yeah.
Well, when they get tired, that system is extremely difficult to play.
Oh,
It's a
it's really
very
hard.
physically demanding system, and that's when the cracks start coming out in a lot of the analytics we see on each individual player. Right?
It's it's because of their it's because of their D zone system. Their D zone system, no other team runs it in the league. No other teams are man. I think Florida's kind of, but not really.
Man on
It's
man.
not. They go man on man. They're like the only team in the league to do man on
They're
man.
the only team that's man on man in all three zones. That's what's insane about Carolina. They're man on man in all three zones, pretty much. That is a
No,
bitch.
it's no other team can replicate it. People say copycat league. That's not what you copy from Carolina because you're not able to do it because you have to have a perfect team setup to do that.
You have to have the most elite, physically conditioned athletes on your team as possible.
Yeah.
Like
And
more than
you have
any
to
other.
have
And even then, they'll die. Like the years before this, when they lost out in this
well,
in the second in the Western or Eastern finals, they crashed because Brendan Moore didn't even give anybody a break for full 82. Like they played that playing that system for full 82 is almost inhuman.
But also they were missing one thing that the Ranton trade fixed. Before I always thought they don't have a number 2 center. They need a number 2 center. And this is the year that I doubted them when I thought they had a number 2 center in Stankoven, and this year they win.
Well, I didn't
Stankoven
doubt
changed
them
everything for that team.
I didn't doubt them for several reasons. I picked them. It was one of my picks. It wasn't the only pick I picked for them to win the cup.
I had Edmonton.
But I did because it was a condensed schedule this year. So I felt that their physical conditioning that Brendan Moore gives them would give them an advantage over other teams. Like it was because it was such a condensed schedule for both I called it 2 seasons. You had 1 season of condensed schedule break. Anybody going to the Olympics, like Vegas pooched out at the end there because half the team went to the Olympics too, right?
They were
and
gassed.
then
You saw it with all the.
I thought they had an advantage because of their physical conditioning that they would be able to ride it out better than most teams, and that's kind of what happened.
I think that was with. I think that was a big thing in like Edmonton getting knocked out early. Injuries really killed them. Like Draisaitl wasn't fully healthy. McDavid wasn't healthy. Dickinson was on half an ankle. Like the guys that went to the guys that went to the even Colorado, like they were battered by the end. The guys going to the Olympics with the condensed schedule, they just had no energy in the playoffs, like zero energy in the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned the man-on-man type system. Florida plays it as well. Tampa Bay plays it. But
Tampa,
they play
not really though.
hybrid.
Tampa doesn't play it.
They play a hybrid version of it. Like they'll play man-on-man, and when they get tired, they'll collapse into a zone. They'll play several different systems in the neutral and the offensive zone, depending on the situation, depending on their fatigue, depending on who they're playing, all of that. It's freaking crazy in its own way. that they can just switch on. If you ever see Florida, you'll see them, they'll be playing a certain way, and then all of a sudden, just like snap your fingers, they'll turn into like a different team all of a sudden. They'll even play 1-3-1 sometimes.
What's it called? Most teams, well, a lot of teams play as hybrid, right? Carolina's the only team that just goes full man on man.
Yeah, I mean, there's teams that play pure zone, like Dallas with what's his name there?
I forgot his name.
Cassidy plays a layered zone. He pretty much sticks to it all the time. Tortorella Torts plays that left wing lock system. He doesn't really switch that up too much. It's pretty much.
I like Cassidy as a coach, but like his system's kind of worrying me for Edmonton always. His system's had worrying me because I feel like they're just too passive. His forecheck is really, really passive. It's basically one-man forecheck with 4 guys in the neutral zone. Like, it's very passive.
Yeah, well, he tries to play a possession, complete possession type game where you don't waste your shots and you look for your spots and you try to play possession game.
I've been comparing the possession game to how it works in soccer. So it's possession passive, right? When you don't have the puck, you're kind of passive, but there's possession aggressive, right? So when you don't have the puck, you're also very aggressive to gain the back, right? So,
I understand what you're saying there. It's actually very analytics friendly as far as defensive systems are concerned, because one of the biggest things that a lot of people don't realize is defense happens in the offensive zone. Part of defense is not taking low risk shots in bad areas or overcommitting yourself to the offense where you can't get back to your spots in the neutral zone. And that's what Cassidy does with that system. You find your spots to shoot, but you're always paying attention to the fact that you got to be in your spots in the neutral and D zone. And his system is very reliant on forwards being back in the right spots in the D zone. So, like I said, he won a cup with it. It can work, but you look at that where in Carolina's case, their possession game is to shoot and know where it's going to go if the goalie saves it. It runs on anticipation and getting to the puck first in the corners and stuff like that.
And they play a 1-2-2 with the. And then the D will the D will pinch. The 1-2-2 is kind of aggressive, and their D will pinch at the blue line like Florida does. Their forechecking systems are pretty similar, actually. They're pretty similar.
Yeah. Florida will play that one forward back sort of right by the circles, and everybody else being aggressive. But if their team is if the other team is tired and they know it, they'll just full board just go high risk offense and bang the crap.
I think with Florida, that first forechecker isn't as aggressive as it is in Carolina. In Carolina, that guy's on you immediately as you see touch the puck. At Florida, it's a bit more passive and a
little bit. And again, it depends on if with Florida, it depends on the situation. Carolina pretty much does the same thing no matter what the situation is.
Carolina plays 2 versions. They play 2-1-2 and a 1-2-2. Matters on the teams normally have more than one forechecking thing that they switch to. Matters on the game, matters on the team you're playing too, because some breakout systems are more susceptible to different forechecking systems.
Right. Sometimes can be better. It's better to be more aggressive. Sometimes it's not. That's where you got Brindamore, who probably doesn't look at an analytic ever. It's just he knows
he has his people tell him. he has his department tell him, and then yeah.
But they built that system. That's what people don't understand. Is like a lot of people don't understand. Like, we got to play more like Carolina. Well, you got 5 years. This took them. Him and Peters built this system over years, and it took players to stay there. Like, it's hard to helicopter a player into that system mid-season. Like, it's. That's the reason why they generally don't have much turnover. So,
I think also we have to talk about the game with Carolina where they're like the worst. Their environment is the worst for goalies. Like in the league, it's so bad.
Well, for high danger, yeah, but for overall shot volume, no.
Well, I would rather my goalie not face high danger chances every shot than
I know you're only getting 22 and a half. You just got to be.
But like half of those are high danger, so it's a lot harder for the goalie.
Can be, yeah.
I'm just.
That depends on if they're tired or not, too. In the playoffs, you didn't see that quite as much. If they're tired, they have a tendency not to be able to get to that long pass, and they give up breakaways.
I mean, Carolina don't give up shots, but when they do give up shots, they're very high quality, right?
Can be, yeah. They can be. Yeah, they can be high quality.
Well, they have like the worst quality for in the league.
I still think that that's a team that's got to get their head out of their butt, and it's break your cap model and get Hellebuyck. You get Hellebuyck in there, and that team would be insane.
What's their cap? I think their cap situation is actually fine because they.
Yeah, I think they're right on the edge now.
I don't know if Carolina want to keep. They want to keep Nikishin, but he's just asking for too much. He's just asking for too much.
They want to trade him. Yes,
they want to trade him because he's asking for too much.
There's a narrative out there that there's hoping that there's people out there that lock their analytics guy in the closet and don't realize this guy hasn't progressed all that well. That's why they want to trade him.
And there's also the rumors of Simon Edmondson might get offer sheeted.
Yeah.
If I came at the cap, I would offer sheet him right now.
Yeah, I think Detroit will match anything for Edmonton. That's the major problem.
I mean, I think we do it anyway because just put the pressure on, right? So
yeah, could put the pressure on Detroit. Yeah, I agree. I mean, Edmonton, he's definitely going to be a number one left LD for. He's progressing to that point. He's already playing like top comp, and he's like just a below average number one. 24, so.
He won't be he won't be the number one in Detroit because they have Edmondson, but yeah, not Edmondson. Sorry, they have Cider. My bad.
Yeah, well, I mean top pairing is what I meant to say.
Yeah, I think Axel Sandin-Pellikka is also very good too.
Axel Sandin-Pellikka will be good. Yeah, they're good on their D.
He's going to be their power play guy.
Unfortunately, they've had to learn from guys like Ben Sherratt.
I mean, Yzerman re-signed Ben Sherratt. Like, did they not have an analytics department? And they traded like pick 15 for Falk. Like,
that was terrible. Terrible trade. And he cornered himself in that because he said, if you guys were making the playoffs next year, I'll make sure I add. And everybody knew he wanted to add. He couldn't get anybody, and he finally had to take the fault.
That's why GMs would not have done that. Yeah, that's why GMs that just don't give away anything in interviews. Like the Oilers GM does the thing where he basically just says the most default answers ever, and doesn't give away anything that he's actually going to do.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we were talking. I said we were going to talk about what we were talking about before. We started on the show, and we kind of went off, and it worked out really well because we talked about some really good topics. To ones that are really. See, I became before I go to what. Okay, well, I'll segue this kind of. I'm a Florida Panthers fan now.
We should segue to the teams that we support.
I'm going to be going to Edmonton because I'm a Florida Panthers fan now. And that started to really creep into me right when they picked up Reinhart from Buffalo. That was when I was like right around the time I was starting to embrace analytics. And then when they got Matthew Tkachuk, I was bought and sold. Man, I was all over. I became a Florida Panthers fan full force. But I was an Edmonton Oilers fan, and that was an emotional decision because I'm from Edmonton.
I have a take about Florida this year. People are saying Florida is by far the best team. I think they're getting kind of overrated right now.
We'll see. I don't think they tried worth a darn last year. I think they actually tanked.
I think my issue with them is their decor is kind of it's kind of a yikes right now. Apart from like two
I know,
guys.
but see, that's okay. We'll stick with Florida. In the regular season, you can't judge their defensive analytics because they don't go balls out in the regular season.
Yeah, that's true. But
It's
also,
only in the playoff. You got to look at they're a different team in the playoffs than they are in the regular season because they don't want to get in physical confrontations at all.
my only thing with Florida is they're getting old.
Yeah,
like
they are. They are. I still think
that's my thing is, and we don't know
good.
what Barkov is going to be off his ACL and his injury. I don't know what I know it's ACL, but like they're not.
He
And they
played
trade away.
halfway through the year. He played in the World Cup and he looked fine.
Well, that was yeah.
World
They're getting older. Like they're gonna start to show. Well, their players have already started to show their age analytically wise, but my only problem is that decor outside of Jones and the other guy for his name. I don't remember his name.
Ekblad is overrated.
Yeah, I was never a fan of Ekblad.
Ekblad's overrated. He's not. He's a low end number one.
He's not even number one anymore. He's like a second pair guy.
He could be, but I mean, I would put him. You can use him up there, but you're talking about Forsling.
I'm talking about this. Who's there? Oh, it's Forsling. That's his name.
Forsling.
Forsling and Jones.
Mikola's pretty good. Seth Jones.
Forsling's underrated. I'll say it.
Mikola's good on the second blues.
Yeah,
Who's underrated?
I think Forsling is underrated.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he's for sure.
But Kulikov is coming back. He had a full year off. He's not bad. Radko Gudas, he's got to bounce back from injury. But the thing with them is when they're playing to play, the only problem I might have is because, like you said, they're getting older. They may have to try a little harder in the regular season than they normally do.
Well,
I think they're going to go balls out.
A lot better.
What's that?
I think they also have a goaltending issue. I still think. I think their goaltending is still kind of.
We'll see.
But look at the numbers, right? Like the goaltending doesn't encourage me. It's like Markstrom and I think Schmidt will be the starter come playoff time. In my opinion, I think Schmidt is.
I don't know. They are pretty. They've got some pretty darn good goaltending coaches there. And they're all over Jacob Markstrom. They've identified his weaknesses and stuff. Florida's a team that I just don't sell short. They're too smart.
I just don't sell short. I think also Bobrovsky got overrated in the same exact way where the team plays around his weaknesses so well that he looks better than he actually is.
Absolutely. I think he's going to get lit up in Toronto.
He got paid $7 million. I'm like, are you for real? Like, are you like?
And this is Shake is an analytics guy apparently, but you pay Sissons $4 million a year, and you're an analytics guy. Yeah, I'm not buying it. I think you're a good sales guy. That's what
I'm not buying some of their free agency moves. They signed like $10 million in like fourth liners.
Yeah, and not even good ones. Some of them, Bluger wasn't bad. Bluger wasn't bad.
Bluger's actually a good player. He's actually worth his contract. Brandon Duchesne, he's iffy at best. Nick Paul was a good move. I do like Nick Paul.
Except for last year and the year before. I don't know. He was starting to he needs to bounce back this year.
I mean,
his defensive analytics were just ass last year. I don't know what happened to the guy.
I mean, the year before they were very good, right? Because you're getting them to be like, I think
betting him to bounce back somehow. But if he does, it's a good move. So if you got Bluger and Paul, that's not bad. It's just the rest of them are pretty bad.
I think how Carolina won is they have a bottom six of players that are just good defensively, right? And then you have like one offensive guy to help, right? That's what Edmonton have started to do that this year, because if you look at their bottom, if you look how most likely the bottom six is going to be done, most likely it's going to have players that are all good defensively and have like one more offensive guy.
Yeah, I mean, okay, well, this is what I was segueing to was the Edmonton Oilers, and I moved away from them as a fan. I just couldn't watch a team be poorly managed over and over again. Obviously, they for a long time until recently they locked their analytics guy in a closet somewhere because they weren't paying attention. But now,
But I don't think they're
I
poorly
mean,
managed now. I
I
think they're
think they did a good. What's that?
I don't think now they're poorly managed. I feel like hello, can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, now they well
Now they have
they
good management.
attack. Yeah, they made him part
Yeah,
of. They actually gave an analytics guy a executive position, which
yeah.
thank God for
Bowman
that,
is a
and a
good
good one at
GM.
that.
Bowman is a good GM.
Um,
I will go to I will argue it till the end of time. He is a
well, I
good
mean, I
GM.
think he's done a pretty good job this year. Although I'm not sure they're much better than they were last year, but they're in a
I
better position. I'm not sold on Colton Dock because
I
Barry
am sold
Kapanen
on
playing.
him.
It all really depends if Savoy can make a jump here. He needs to be able to play top comp this year,
I
and if he can,
I
then you're looking at you're. I'm more optimistic.
if you I'm looking like so I watched Savoy every single game this year, and when he's after the Olympic break, he started to play with McDavid more, and he's one of the only winners I've seen with McDavid that don't defer to him all the time. Savoy after the
Yeah,
break was not deferring to McDavid on the forecheck at all, and them two together, they like process the game at the same point in terms of in the offensive zone. And
but
if you
most
look
of
at
his
his
offense came when the game stopped mattering and there was a lot of pond hockey being played.
are
That's
you sure
with
that
Matthew.
it was
Yeah, the last 20
it
games, it was you're
was
going
not
up against competition that didn't care anymore and all
well, the
kinds of
Oilers
stuff.
need to win those games because they win those games, they don't make the playoffs. So
I know they needed to, but the opposition didn't give a shit. They were playing pond hockey with a lot of these guys. See, that's where I look at context when it comes to
but
analytics because
also
it's based on when did they do all of those things. I need to see it from Savoy a little more before I almost got his point production for the year on I think I said 36
it was
for the year
37.
last year that he would get.
But
Yeah.
but also generally rookies have very poor analytics. There's very few rookies that have
Of
like elite analytics. Normally you can
Of
see
course.
something in the
Yes.
normally you can see something in the micro stats, right? In the first 20 normally when I look at micro
Yeah.
stats, there's for forwards offensively, there's two stats I look off of, main two. Shots off high danger passes and high danger passes. Those are like the main two I look at, and he's 95 in the first one and 59 percentile in the second one. So
Yes, there's no questioning that he has has
I think he
offensive
has the
ability.
skill.
No doubt about
I think he has the skill to be
He
that player,
has
right?
a question for me is he a guy that's going to be able to survive top comp for 82? And I don't think so yet. I need to see that. I don't see it. And
I
they
need it.
need it.
I agree.
That was the problem last
I
year is they didn't have enough guys that could do anything against top comp. They didn't know what they were doing in the neutral zone. Most of them were terrible
I think that's
defensively
only a
in
system.
all
I
three
think
zones.
that's
And that's the reason why Nurse and Bouchard look bad sometimes because they look up and these guys are like, you got Rozovic sitting in the suicide spot in the neutral zone. I wish they would have
yeah,
passed him that. I wish they would have just kept passing it to him and just let him get fucking crushed every time. They didn't. They
yeah.
felt like, why are you feeling sorry for this guy? This is like he's a professional NHL player. Anybody knows you're not supposed to sit there. Hit him every once in a while. Let him get
I,
crushed.
I think them moving away from Nurse is actually better because if you watch Nurse this year, he deflected. He had more goals going deflected off him than he actually scored goals this year.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah, that you know what that says to me when you see a guy do that? That's a nervous player.
I mean, yeah.
When you got guys that are sitting in, they're trying too hard, and he never was a good shot blocker to begin with. He shouldn't have been on the PK. He was
He's
never. He
like,
was one of the weirdest players that way. He's
but
a smart player all over the ice in positionally, but the guy can't block it. Like he does the most awkward looking block shots I've ever seen. It's really
like
fucking cool.
I've looked up stats in the regular season post when they changed the PK system before the playoffs. With Nurse on the ice, they're like the worst PK in the league. Without Nurse on the ice, they're like the best PK in the league. It's the
Yeah.
most.
I don't know why he was getting PK time. It didn't make any
Well,
sense.
I also think a lot of it was down to the coaching staff because Coffey was in love with the guy and played him more than Bouchard on 5-on-5, like every game.
But he did play him against lower comp though.
No, he
He
played against
and
higher
that
comp.
was the hard part about Nurse is he played with and against. He played with the bottom six more than he did with McDavid and guys like that. And that bottom six last year was fucking horrible.
Oh, it was really bad.
Horrible.
We
That
had
was
Adam Henrique playing regular games for us, so I was just
exactly.
going from
Frederick,
Adam Henrique to I think a lot of the poor points for the players is actually coaching base wise because if you look at their ice time they were getting, they were not really given a role. See, like
but
Wallman was sabotaged and he played bad. One was sabotaged by the coaching staff, playing him on his side that he can't play on, and then playing him with a partner that doesn't fit on how he plays.
yeah,
And then Frederick was bad, and he was also getting like 6 minutes of ice time to like start the
it
year.
was
Like,
terrible. Yeah, I mean, their body. I don't like people say, well, Knobloch didn't give him a role. What role are they going to do? They were getting fucking massacred. Like you couldn't play them. You got to have guys to play. I'll tell you what. Now that they have Babcock, just wait, man. There's people putting Howard up in the top.
No, man, they can't do that. You need to shelter his minutes. You need to shelter his minutes.
There's no way Babcock's playing him up there. He'll be likely.
There's no way.
Be playing
line 3. No, he's playing third line.
He might for a while, but Babs will have him on fourth line or have him sitting. Like people don't know what they're in for here with Babs. He doesn't give a shit about how old you are. He treats everybody equal. If you aren't good, I don't give a fuck. Is what Babs says. I don't care. Send him down to the AHL. This is not a place to develop players. That's Babs.
I think that is the right. I think that's the right mentality for a team like Edmonton that they need right now, right? So.
Do they? We'll see, because people aren't going to like it. If you thought it was bad that Knobloch was not playing, guys, you haven't seen nothing. You haven't seen nothing. Babs is going to play his best players, and that's it. If you can't do it, he's not playing it.
Well,
I don't see much changing here. I don't see the ice time going up for a lot of people that they think that is going to.
I think the ice time will go down. Will be more balanced this year. It's not only Babcock. He also has DJ Smith, who's getting paid $1 million to be an associate coach.
You know why he likes DJ Smith? Because DJ Smith doesn't have an opinion. That's why he likes DJ Smith.
That's not even true, though. Like, he's the only... One second.
He did exactly what Hiller told him to do in LA. He didn't have an opinion on anything. Well, he'll just shut up and do whatever the coach tells him to do. Do it the best he can.
I don't think he's a puppet at all.
You wait. We'll see. This is the argument we've been having on Twitter.
Yeah. Well, also, if you look to his Ottawa days, he developed that Ottawa core that is pretty good.
He was flying around all over the place playing chaotic. I didn't know there was no system at all in that. Sorry, not a DJ Smith fan. Don't see it. Don't see it.
I see it.
We'll see. I think it's going to be a struggle this year.
I think the bottom 6 is better for sure. I think the D-core is also
Dickinson.
better.
Who else is better in the bottom 6?
You have Szymanski now, who was good defensively last year.
Yeah, fourth line, yeah. He's not bad, I guess. They had him up in the
third. And then you have Joseph.
Not up in the third line anymore, which is good.
Joseph is good defensively. Like, he's a good PKer as well as good defensively.
As long as you play him against low comp. He's not going to be able to shut anybody down. Like, he played against very low comp. So, if you play him, I don't know what he's going to do if you start giving him 30 to 40% comp. I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, you also don't know what Szymanski is going to do in higher comp, right? So does he perform better? Does he perform worse? There's a lot of question marks in the bottom six, right? So
there is a lot of question marks down there.
there is a lot of
that it would help a lot if they just get a really solid top six winger.
Well, I think they're going to get that by the deadline. I'm like 90% sure.
By the deadline,
yeah.
I would have been happy. I would have been happy with. Like Raquel's been named, has been out there. That'd be one.
But the things with Raquel, Dubas is not gonna sell him for anything that's not in overpay, right?
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I think the Oilers the only target is it's just McCann. That's literally their guy, just McCann.
That'd be great.
I think Seattle's going to move on the deadline because Seattle's going to be asked this year. So
I think so. I think they're going to fall apart this year. Yeah.
I think Edmonton will give him Howard plus all the picks. Deadline Howard, they would give him Howard plus all the picks.
They outworked everybody last year, and I don't think they're going to be able to do that this year. They're going to play against teams with more top six. So. Yeah, I mean, Chandler Stevenson would be fine as a third liner, but he plays against elite comp and he just gets absolutely crushed. It's brutal. But we call him the spiritual reach around because apparently this guy is like a motivational speaker in the room, and he's like got an education in psychology, and he knows how to talk to players and stuff like that. So we call him the spiritual reach around. Got paid a ton of money to basically be the motivational speaker there. But playing as top comp as he did. That being said, I don't think Shane Wright would have did any better. People saying, "Oh, they didn't give Shane Wright the minutes."
Well, I would have rather give Shane Wright the minutes because I think he has at least he has the opportunity to become better in those minutes and scenes.
I don't think you're going to get better if you're getting crushed and you're a young player and playing top minutes. I just don't. I am in an old school way that way. Like when people were getting mad about Michkov not getting minutes because he was putting up points, the guy came out of camp extremely out of shape. You want to get a guy in an IR real quick, play him up against top comp because they'll fucking destroy. I think Shane Wright is in the same, not the same sort of thing.
No, not close.
A rookie up there, I don't like it. I'm just not ready for it. I don't like it.
I think with Michkov it's different because I don't think Rick Tocchet is very good at developing players. Because I'm not a fan of him because he basically almost ruined Podkolzin's whole career as a player. I don't think he's very good at developing guys.
Crazy Legs Podkolzin, I can understand why people didn't think he was going to become what he was. He's worked his balls off to get to be a good 3 left wing. He shouldn't be playing top 6. But he's a great 3 LW if he is now. But he's worked his balls off to get to that. Crazy.
I mean, Tocchet didn't do him any favors though, so.
What's that?
Tocchet didn't do him any favors, so.
He just saw a guy that looked like pretty raw. And I think Podkolzin thought he was better than what Tocchet thought he was at the time, and there was a personality clash there.
But if Podkolzin isn't playing, if he was getting scratched most nights in the NHL at like 8-22, like he should be playing in the AHL. Like he can't. It's poor from him, poor from Tocchet, and poor from the organization. It's poor from all three.
Well, I remember the first year or two Podkolzin came to Edmonton, he was fucking struggling, dude. But the thing is Edmonton didn't have anybody, so he could play. He was struggling hard the year or two.
The first year, well, he was always just good defensively, right? His finishing wasn't
got
really
better.
There.
It wasn't there when he first got there. He wasn't. His first year, he wasn't. He was Crazy Legs Podkolzin, man. He was just fly all over the place and hit people.
That's true. And then every year by year, he's improved defensively,
He's learned. He's studied the game. He's learned. He's been coachable. He's did a hell of a job. Podkolzin has made himself into way better than I anticipated he would.
Me too. I didn't even know anything about him until he started to pop off, right?
He's excellent. You love guys like that. I love guys like that. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put that on Tocchet so much. But I'd have to go back to the Anaheim days to see who progressed and who didn't or whatever. He maybe you're right. Maybe he is a
I
better coach. But look what he did with Tippett. Look what he did with Zegras. No problems with these guys. These guys had
well,
huge bumps under him. Look at Drysdale. Drysdale's had a huge bump under Tocchet. Same thing.
well, I think he's been good developing defensemen. I think developing forwards he's kind of iffy on.
Zegras?
Especially on the forwards that are worse defensively, right? I mean,
Well, yeah. I
Zegras
mean,
was good before. I don't really consider.
Zegras became good defensively this year. I didn't see that coming. Look at
Me
Forster's been fantastic. Cates has developed a lot under him.
I think Forster was good before he even got there. Forster was just as good.
I'll give you that. Forster's just a smart guy, just smart, intelligent.
Cates got better.
Cates is also a smart guy, but he's got better. But Zegras is a really good example. He had a huge bump under him, and I think Michkov's going to have a great year next year, and he's going to play up in the top.
Yeah,
I think it's a fantastic year next year.
But the problem is they have so many forwards, man. They're going to trade Tippett, I think, at some point.
I don't know. They love him so much. It's really hard to find. Thing is their forward group is so strong. It's hard to pick a guy you're going to move on from.
Well, they also have a lot of young guys coming up, right? Because like they have Berkeley who should be playing. They have Forrester, Tippett. Whoever signed Dvorak should just be fired. Like I don't know why I signed that contract.
I don't know what Dvorak was about either. I
don't know. And then you have Mark.
I didn't get that either. Rick Tocchet liked him apparently. He played in Arizona, right?
Well, actually, how their matchups work this year is they just roll all four lines in matchups for all their four centers. Like they all have near the same. Yeah. And then they have Martone, Michkov, Cates. Mm-hmm. You have to play Sean Couturier. I think they have young guys coming up this year too. They have they have Jack Berglund. They have there was this other guy that was coming up too. Who's their I forgot his name. Bump. Sorry, him too. And they have Jet. They have Jet Lachenko as well.
Lachenko's probably playing in the AHL this year. They want to develop his offense. He did play in the playoffs. But from
did he play in the AHL last year?
Yeah, and he's probably playing again this year too. They want to develop his offense. I got that from Ron. The Puck in Deep show I do, Ron Mont. He's like pretty heavy and not in the inside, but he knows quite a bit from Philadelphia. Like he's a big Philadelphia guy. And Russ Cohen, he's also on our show all the time, and he does Philadelphia podcast for Locked On Philly. And he's also Hockey News. He's on Sirius Radio and stuff like that. And they're all saying he's going to play in the AHL this year.
But I think at some point they're going to need to they're going to need to move one of them because Bob needs to play in the top 9, and there's not really a spot for him right now. Like
who needs to play in the top 9? Bump. Oh no, but he's a winger mostly, right?
Yeah, but they don't have a single spot in the top 9.
Yeah, Barkey.
Unless you're playing him on the 4th line. Unless you're playing him on
Barkey. That's the reason why they traded Brink in Philly. They had no room for him anymore.
I don't think they have room for Bump either, so I think you need to trade another guy away.
Yeah.
With a lot of their wingers, the problem is they don't have, like, apart from, like, the main guys, Zegras, Tippett, Michkov.
They don't have any game breakers except for Martone. Martone probably will be. We'll see what he does in a full 82. I think you need like a game breaking center. I think they need a center that will break. That's why they tried to get Carlson.
yeah. But they're also not in the position to actually get one in the draft. So like it's just
that's the reason why they went for it there. They know that it's going to be pretty tough to draft one in the position they're going to be drafting down the road here. So they just didn't get it in the draft. They didn't get it. They drafted a whole bunch of guys, and they're hoping, like you said, Jack Berglund.
They have all these guys that are just like good defensive bottom six guys, like
Bottom six guys. They got too many of them. Yeah.
Chetlachenko, bottom like middle six center, 3C, good defensive. Like they need, but they're also their system isn't catered to having good offensive numbers.
No, he's freaking. He plays 1-3-1.
He plays the trap.
Yeah, 1-3-1 trap, and it works. It works. It's very good for goaltenders. It's very good for goaltenders.
I mean,
like, do you think Dan Vladar gets
$5? He just got a massive payday, bro. After one good year.
In any other organization, do you think Vladar? Look what he did. Look what Tocchet did for Kemper. Kemper never played better than he did in Arizona. Made him a lot of money because he plays a very goaltender-friendly system.
Kemper only plays well in good defensive systems. That's just if you tell that to me, that's just not a good goalie. He's just not a good goalie.
Edmonton Oilers have another one, Anderson. Watch.
Well,
I don't know. Man.
I think Anderson is different. I don't think Anderson will. I think Levi is going to play I think Levi would be the playoff starter. Game 1 will be starting for the playoffs. I think Wall is just better than Vladar. Like Wall is like, if Wall can stay healthy, which is a massive question, but if he can stay healthy, he'll play more games.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't think we were going to get into all this Philly stuff, but I mean, Philly's a good analytics team. They got a lot of guys out there. Tippett, Forster, Cates. They got a lot of guys on that team. They only got their one guy that has never had any interest at all, and that's Konechny and Dvorak. Dvorak, who has a reputation of being this two-way center guy, and he's not. He's not.
Oh, wait.
Rico says Wall is better.
Wall is definitely better, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see that matchup. I think Philadelphia have a good chance next year, but I mean, it's going to be a lot of draws and 2-1 games and stuff like that. And I mean, it's going to be a little different because last year they drained it after the Olympics. And then they were done, except for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh really had no business really even being the
I think the good part about playing the trap, it stops teams off the rush, and Philly's offense mainly comes off the rush. Last year a lot of their offense was off the rush for not Philly, sorry, for Pittsburgh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, it comes off the rush, yeah. Believe it or not, they play a 1-3-1, but they don't do it well. Like, it's pretty much an offensive game for them. That's all it is. Like, they don't really have any forwards who play D at all, hardly.
Nope, they do not.
Mantha all he did was bump up his numbers last year. Just shot from everywhere.
I'm surprised Sonny Meta signed that contract. I'm very surprised.
I was surprised that Meta got him too. I was really surprised.
I am surprised.
They're starved for goals that much. That being said, you got Hischier there. You have Mercer.
Cody Glass.
Cody
Glass. I'm the Cody Glass guy.
Yeah. He tried to get Hayton, which made sense. Like, he's trying to surround. He was going for those guys, and even Florida has guys like that for Hagee, right?
Yeah,
Hagee is pretty much that. Carolina has Svechnikov, and you said, Aho is overrated. So it's not like teams that are very much, 3-zone defensively aware teams don't have guys like that. They do usually have a guy or two. Hall's not really that.
Well, Stankoven wasn't that great defensively this year. With Carolina, they're okay with guys in their top six being poor defensively. They just need all their guys in their bottom six to be very good defensively. What about how do you feel about McMichael, about the Kyrou trade?
I was just gonna bring that up, dude. Look at the friggin' holy crap! Look at the.
I am a huge Kyrou guy, by the way. I am a massive Kyrou guy. I think Kyrou is a very good first liner, in my opinion.
He is on the ice, but I gotta know why
His
every
off the
single
ice,
coach sours on this guy. Is he like that much of an asshole? Like, holy crap, man!
I
I call him Cryroo, by the way.
I wanted Edmonton to get him, but when I saw the price, I'm like, Edmonton cannot pay that price. They paid a
Yeah,
first and McMichael. I'm like,
on the ice, you can't doubt. Like, he's a great 3-zone guy. He's freaking can shoot. He's like an analytics darling. Let's face it, but when he did that whole thing with Berube and then like basically said, well, he's not our coach anymore.
what
And then the
is that?
next day, everybody booed the shit out of him and he started crying in the reporting room. I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. I called him Cryroo ever since.
Is that really on him, or is that on Berube just being a bad coach? Because he is just a bad
Nah,
coach.
it's 3 coaches now that have basically soured on him.
Yeah, it's true. I think there's something there for sure.
There's something he's pissed his coaches off somehow. I don't know how it is, but
How do you feel about McMichael? I don't know.
I don't know. You know what? When it comes to St. Louis,
they have a bunch of question marks. Like the whole forward core is question mark, question mark, question mark.
True, but
Thomas,
I mean, they pick up Holloway. They got Suter. Like you could see how they have a they draft extremely well, and I know full well that their drafting team is heavily analytics driven, heavily.
Yeah,
and
sure.
they have been able to take players and mold them into something. Like St. Louis has been very good at developing players, so I'm giving them a pass. But if you're asking me just right out of the gates, McTavish and McMichael in the top 6 looks like a disaster.
Well, right now they're projected to get Buchnevich in their top 6, which I don't think will work out well.
Yeah,
so,
Buch.
I'm not a fan of McTavish. His skating and his non-progression of him skating just kills me. Just kills
awful. Me. It's awful. There's no way he's playing center. They must be getting some sort of skating whisperer out there because this is one of the best player development teams in the league. So I'm going to give them a pass. I think this is a huge fucking challenge. But like if it was anybody else but St. Louis or maybe a couple teams, I would be like, this is going to crash and burn. But I'm going to give St. Louis a little bit here. But on the surface, I'm like, oh, doesn't look good.
They also have Fowler. Like they have Mayu.
Fowler. They're not good at. They get bad defensemen. Fowler.
Oh, I love when
Carlo.
I love when Ray Farr at the beginning of the year he compared Bouchard and Mayu together. Like Mayu is just a few years younger than what Bouchard was doing. It was really funny. He did that at the beginning of last season. Ray Farr compared Mayu and Bouchard together. It was really funny.
What?
Yeah.
No. Mayu's never going to do that. Not a chance. I don't know.
He's. I mean, I think that trade is just a lose-lose trade. The Mayu and who did Montreal get in exchange for Mayu? I forgot his name.
Mayu, Bolduc.
Both those players are just whatever.
I don't know. Bolduc looked like he was developing into something there. I think he'll turn into a third pair guy somewhere down the road. Those kind of guys take a while to develop. Bolduc. I think he's going to develop. I think he'll be okay. I'm not sure about this Mayu kid. I'll have to put.
I think Bolduc just like he should be playing in their top 9 easily, but he was getting like 4th line this year. Like I don't.
Yeah, he should be playing.
Some of Montreal's coaching decisions, like some of his player decisions, I question them a bit sometimes.
Well, anytime you're putting Jack Eye in your lineup, you got to question it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Everybody was begging him to go in there. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like, I'm begging the opposition, Carolina, begging Jack Eye to be in the lineup. Please.
I mean, they're also playing all over Kapanen in their top 6 for the whole year. So, like, I don't know about that.
I think they were really just giving that kid a chance to be what he can be. That's what they were doing there. And
he was just a Demidov merchant this year. he was the
Yeah.
biggest demographic merchant.
I think he'll be okay, but not in Montreal. They already got enough up there. He's going to be one of those guys that plays on all the bad team second line centers. You know?
Yeah, I'm gonna say one more fact about. I think Edmonton. When I'm looking at analytics, sometimes I use my eye test a bit more if a player's having a bad year, and I think with Edmonton, they have if they get if when they get a top 6 score, I think their forward core is going to be really good. They just have a lot of question marks there, right? They also have like 14 different forwards that can make the team and play in the NHL. From what I've seen from like Quinn Hudson in the AHL, he was a big reason why Howard scored so many goals because he did a lot of the space screen for Howard. So I think Hudson could be something if you give him the chance, right?
Yeah,
So,
I like Hudson more than I like Howard.
Me too. You too for sure. He just has poor skating, but his IQ is so high that he's going to be an NHLer.
Yeah,
he's going to play games in the NHL. Like
I just think you're right. So you banged it on the head there. Howard is a very skilled player with very low IQ.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I also think if you look at
he projects to me as
a middle six.
Roslovich.
He's a middle six guy.
He's a Roslovich. That's what he looks like to me.
Yeah,
that's what he's going to be.
The players with his skill set, they normally translate, but they won't. For him, they won't translate at a super high level. He'll be like a third liner, right?
And he can't really play third line, so he's going to have to learn to change his game somehow. A lot. He's going to have to work on his game an awful lot. From what I understand, the kid is a hardworking kid. That's what I understand, but he's just not. He doesn't have the. Doesn't seem to be grasping it. Like Bowen Byram is a good example. There's a guy that's got skill coming out his yin yang, but he didn't grasp it. He couldn't grasp it for years.
Well, I think they also kind of killed his deployment last year. But when he came back, he did look better. But his off the puck play has improved a good amount. His defense isn't as bad as it was before, right? His neutral zone is still a problem. But if you're playing with a good defensive center, then that neutral zone you can kind of like make up for that a little bit, right? So
yeah,
I think you just play him. I think you play him on the third line for that.
I just feel like if you got a guy like Howard in your team, you need somebody. He's a filler guy right now. I don't know how much he's developing in the NHL.
I don't think he'll develop in the AHL. He won't develop in the AHL.
I don't know about that. I mean, I think the problem with Edmonton is I'm not sure that they have really, like, you look at teams like Tampa Bay and Florida, it's the exact same system in the AHL as it is in the NHL. And that's why Tampa Bay can bring up these guys from the minors that are defensemen, and they look like they're just nothing.
It's the same for the Oilers, though. The Oilers have called up a lot of guys from the AHL, and they've come up and played well.
I don't. So then he would be fine down there. I don't think he'd be fine. I think he'd be fine learning a system in the AHL until he can crush there. I don't bring him up. I'm still old school that way. I think until you've learned to crush, to be at a certain level in the AHL with your all around game, you're not ready for the NHL.
I think his issues, his offensive issues, can't be solved at the AHL level because he'll just get space to shoot and he'll score at boatload of goals.
Yeah, he'll score
that won't change in the AHL ever because teams don't play defense in the AHL.
Yeah, it's easier for him that way, but he can play. He can learn to play a full sheet in the AHL. I don't think the Oilers have time for him to learn from where he's starting from. I don't think they have time to have him learning that in the NHL. I think Howard would be better playing for Vancouver or Calgary or Chicago or something like that.
I think they want to trade him. It's just you're not going to trade Howard just to trade him. You have to find a package that actually makes sense. The packages right now don't make sense. So
I would trade him. I don't mind Howard for like Frost, and Frost can play wing. I don't mind Howard for Frost and something.
Edmonton and Calgary won't make trades with each other. It's just not going to happen.
Well, they've done so in the past. And in this case, you'd have nothing to be afraid about. It's not like Calgary's going to take your spot for years. For years, Calgary's going to suck for years. Like, how long do you think that rebuild is? What, 7, 8 years, something like that?
Probably like 3 or 4.
You think it's going to be 3 or 4?
Yeah, their depth of prospect is very good. They just don't have that. Their decor, prospect-wise, is very, very good.
Who, Calgary?
Yeah.
Oh, prospect-wise. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Perek, we'll see how he turns into.
Perek is just...
Nemec has got to come a long way yet.
Well, I'm not a Nemec guy, but they have Carroll's, the guy that
Carroll's, we'll see what he turns into. I mean, he's got a couple of years
yet.
He's not jumping into the lineup anytime soon.
Well, I'm saying that's why I'm saying not now, right?
Yeah, I don't know about 4 years. I think they're a ways away yet.
Well,
also, they're competitive by then, but I don't think.
Yeah, competitive. Yeah, 3 or 4 years. I think they'll be competitive, but
yeah, they might be able to get close to bubbling by that time.
Maybe. They could be a competitive team
if they do things right. If they grab some younger players.
They should trade Cooley. His value's got to be sky high.
I agree. Why wouldn't you trade Cooley right now? I don't get that. Why wouldn't
they should also trade White Cloud right now? They'll get like a first plus more for White Cloud right now.
Yeah, I think the reason why is that he really loves Calgary. You do need veterans.
But he has no trade protection.
He can really help. He can really help some. They need some guys to help those young guys play deep.
But
Perek is not very good. Nemec is not very good. So
well, I think Perek is just a younger Bouchard who just is so bad defensively that like when I watch him play, I'm like, okay, that's like young Bouchard level of defense where he's just
but Bouchard's good defensively now. People don't give him credit.
Now, okay, now he is. Yeah. Now I mean, a lot with young defensemen, it takes them a while to actually get good defensively.
Yeah, I know. Prek's going to take a bit. Yeah. They do have some good prospects, but I think they're a couple of years away. This year, they got to get top 5, bottom 5. Top 5 next year's draft is insane.
They need to get a 1C. They need to get a 1C so bad.
They need to get that Russian guy. There's a Russian center there. They call him.
I haven't done that much.
Oh, he's crazy good, man. He might even beat out DuPont. He's that good.
I think Edmonton want to trade Howard, and I think they want to get top 6 forward exchange from plus picks, which you can very easily do. But I just don't think the packages is available for that right now. I just don't think that's really there.
No, it's probably going to have to happen as the season goes because there's a lot of teams. You got to wait for teams to fall out of it.
I mean, the Oilers also have the cap, right? The Oilers also have cap to do it. So because they have cap, because they're going to move one of their D, right? They have 8 D on one-way deals. They're gonna trade Stastny probably for like anything they can get.
Yeah, he's probably gonna end up going on waivers. Honestly,
he'll get claimed for sure.
Maybe.
And then they're gonna waive or trade Janmark. That's another like.
Well, he's waived. He's not going.
Yeah, he's gonna get waived.
You're not trading that. Nobody's picking him up off.
You only.
He's not an NHL level player.
He's not. That's for sure. Even if those guys get waived, you get another 2-ish mil, which would be like what? They'll be at what is that going to be? Like around 6 or 7-ish, and then by if you require a lot of that, you'll get a lot more. And then for the playoffs, you can just like make it work with the cap. So I think they'll have enough money for the Oilers is not going to be a problem. They'll have to use all their assets, which is whatever, which is fine. Which you expect from good teams to use all their assets on top 6 guys. So.
All right. So, yeah. We're just blowing steam here anyway. It's not fun. So, I just saw a tweet here. I don't know who this guy is. Oh, Mike McIntyre from the Winnipeg Free Press is basically saying now that
I need 1 second. I need like 1 minute. I need to go do something.
Okay, no
Back in
problem.
1 minute.
That
Put it here. But don't leave it there because it's going to go bad.
What? I'm trying to do something.
Put it there and... Oh, carry it with 2 hands. Bella, come here. Bella, come here. Come here.
Hello?
Yeah.
I'm back. Okay. What do you want to talk about? Oh, it was the Winnipeg thing, right?
Well, yeah, Winnipeg. He's basically saying Hellebuyck's pretty much good as gone. It's not going to change.
Where is he going, though?
There's only 2 teams.
Carolina and Buffalo? I would love him in
San
Buffalo.
Jose.
Oh, what's San Jose get?
Maybe San Jose, but I mean, you really got to trade Askarov in that deal. The whole I trying to get value for Hellebuyck is weird because I don't think Carolina is going to bite the bullet on their concept of only giving goaltenders 4% of the cap, especially after winning a cup. I just don't see it.
I don't know why.
I don't think New Jersey's going to do it. So you're left with Buffalo, and then hopefully somebody falls off. If you're Buffalo,
I don't think the Sharks will do it though. Why would they trade Askarov? It
doesn't make sense to me either. I just said I would have to think that it would. The only way they do it is if they trade like Nedeljkovic plus for him. I think that maybe could be something that they do.
I think it's going to be Buffalo. It's going to be Buffalo.
Yeah, but what? Like, okay, if you're Buffalo, you're looking at the landscape of the market out there, and you're the only one that's going to get them. So you're not giving up what.
What was the rumor trade for him that they didn't want to do?
It was, I don't know if it was plus, but it was the number 4 overall, and Buffalo wanted to switch that. Winnipeg got the 4 and they got the 8, and Winnipeg didn't want that. They just wanted the 4 overall. Then they would have get the deal. And Buffalo didn't want to do that because I think Winnipeg, the Bjork kid, I think that was one of the few guys in that draft that were happy to go to Winnipeg. I think they were taking him whether they were in 4 or 8.
Yeah, I was Bjork was the 3rd best forward in that draft guy. I think he's better than Maholdren. Whatever. I think they've been dangling Jack Quinn, so I don't know. I haven't really.
I think all they're going to offer is Quinn.
They're going to offer that like massive demon they have. I forgot his name. Murka. I'm not a big Murka guy.
Kinda,
okay.
I don't think Winnipeg is either.
Yeah, I think, but normally what they want is they want a top 4 defenseman or they want a top 6 center.
I don't think they need. I don't think they need defensemen. They need a center, and they're not getting Poland in this deal. Is what I'm trying to say. Like, they're not getting Helenus.
Would they get McLeod?
That was a possibility. But I mean, like, if you're Buffalo, you're going, look, nobody else wants Hellebuyck, dude. I don't need to give you McLeod. Go find a better deal then. There isn't any, and I know it, so we're not giving it to you. And then Winnipeg's like, well, we're just going to let him play. Now, I don't know if you know Hellebuyck, but Hellebuck's not a guy that doesn't get his own way. Well, part of the reason why he's in Winnipeg is that the reason why he plays so much is I've heard he will bitch and whine. He will bitch and whine and make it brutal in that room if he doesn't play. Like,
I don't want him because if that's actually true, that's not. Teams have been Edmonton have been following the thing that teams have started doing. Buffalo and Carolina both having 3 goalie rotations might be the future.
Yep.
I think it is the future because you need to save your best goalie for the playoffs, right? And Edmonton's going to do it this year. Buffalo's probably going to do it again. I don't know what Carolina's going to do with their goalies. Are they going to have Bussy and who's their backup? I don't even know. Oh, the Russian guy, Kochetkov.
Yeah, Kochetkov and Bussy next year.
I think teams with young goalies are going to start doing 3 goalie rotations because they don't want to lose them on waivers.
Maybe. I mean, you may do that. Last year, it was a smart move with the condensed schedule. That's for sure. Anybody running 3 goaltenders was really good. But I don't know what Hellebuck's going to. We'll find out if that's true if he does go to Buffalo. If he's playing like 60 to 65 games, like I don't think Buffalo wants to do that. But if it's going to be, the thought was it would be Luukkonen, but Luukkonen's got a 5-team no trade. And probably Winnipeg's on it because everybody's got Winnipeg on trade.
Yes. I think, the Jets don't have to trade Hellebuck. They don't have to trade him.
They don't have to unless he makes their life miserable. That's what people, they don't have to, but
he's already making their life miserable anyway. If it's up to you anyway, right? So he's just gonna play Cheveldayoff is just gonna play hardball. So he's played hardball up to this point. He's gonna keep playing hardball. So.
I don't know. We'll see. It's like people said with Larkin will come back and play, man.
He's not going to come back and play.
It'd be fine if now that they fired Yzerman. It would be fine if the new general manager came in and convinced them that they are going a different direction and they're not doing Yzer plan anymore. He'd be accepted in that room just fine. I don't think that would be as much of a problem as not trading Hellebuck.
I think
Hellebuck is going to suck if he has to go back to Winnipeg. He's going to be balls, and he's going to be a pain in the ass to be in that room.
But do they give Larkin his captaincy back because they stripped it of him?
Yeah, Yzerman stripped it of him. They give it back.
It was Yzerman? Oh, I thought it was the coach. That was the coach.
No,
Whoever the coaches.
I don't think so.
I'm surprised. Yzerman is when he was doing this Larkin stuff. It was he was asking for Boldy and Johnson. I'm like, are you on something? Like, just take the year off.
He's trying to prove a point that I don't want Dylan to leave, and I think he's worth this. So I think I need a top 6, and if he's going to be like this, I'm going to give him a top 6, and he can come back. We'll sit him. I don't give a shit. That was Stevie Yzerman's way of looking at it. And I've gone on over this. I predicted that Larkin was going to pigeonhole him to Minnesota by taking 3 teams. That Yzerman probably told him, I need at least 3 teams. All right, we'll give you 3 teams, and 2 of them won't want me. We'll already know that because it just takes an agent to phone up and say, hey, how much are you interested in Larkin? And, Vegas is like, we can't even sign Dorofeyev. We need to get Anderson signed. We already have centers. Can't say we're huge on it. And Florida's like, no way we're trading Lundell. We don't need centers as well. We need goaltending and probably we got Brady Tkachuk coming in here. So I think that was what they did there.
You know what's funny? Vegas are still -8 in cap space right now. They're still -$8, and they have to trade. Hill? He has like a 10-team no trade. Who's gonna?
Pietrangelo is coming off the books, though. Remember that.
Oh wait, they're fine. Never mind. Never mind. They actually have they have like $200K in cap space
after Pietrangelo.
Yeah, after Pietrangelo.
Yeah, this is their team right now. They're not doing anything else.
They literally got worse.
Yeah,
I think there's an argument that all the good teams in the Pacific got worse.
Yeah, they got worse, but they're going to be better because Cassidy's not there. The only reason why that team did as poor as it did is Cassidy was a complete asshole. Like, they hated him. They absolutely hated him. Didn't even want to go to the rink anymore, apparently, to JD, a guy that comes on our show. Edmonton forced him to fire their head coach. He's a pretty good insider. He's a reporter for the LA Kings. He knows his shit. So, yeah.
I think
he can go back to bed now. Because
I think on paper they got worse. The Ducks got worse because the Ducks literally traded away the better defenseman than Zellweger and paid Midyakov even more. Sorry,
the Ducks. I don't understand that. I don't get
Pat Verbeek playing hardball.
They better hope this Mintyukov kid puts it together, man, because
Zellweger is just way better. She's just a better defenseman.
They have a huge hard on for that guy. Oh, yeah.
Well, you see the decor. It's they have Lacombe, Mityukov,
Mhm.
Moore, Hellison, Hynes, and Linnell.
Hellison's ass. And yeah, I don't know. Moore
Hi-
looks like he's going to be better than Hellison, to tell you what.
Ian Moore played forward this year. He played
Yeah.
forward this year.
And Hins. Is it Hins or Hines? It's Hins.
Hynes,
I think
but-
it's Hins. I think that's how it's
but
pronounced.
Hins.
He's
but
just a raw rookie kid, yeah.
Hins only know the biggest question marks. They're both rookies. They both played like 10 games, 6 games for.
Yeah, I know. Now they're going to have to play tons. But
They're gonna play top.
I
4
mean, Anaheim is an over team in the regular season, anyways. They don't. Their forwards don't play defense. Besides what, maybe a little bit of Kreider and who else? Nobody much.
Does Cutter play?
Carlson was supposed to, but I'm telling you, Quinville in Florida, now in Anaheim, that guy has not taught his team to play defense in either one of those organizations. And I didn't look at analytics when they were Chicago, but that team was stacked. So it didn't really matter what they did.
You know who one of their assistant head coaches is? Woodcroft. What is he known for? All offense and no defense.
Yeah.
They're just such a good off the rush team, but they have like no forechecking wise. They're actually pretty bad, and they play no defense.
Who's the one? There's only like one player on that whole team that is net positive.
Oh, Palin.
Not even him, really.
Oh, wait, not Palin.
Look at his analytics. He's not really net positive. He's a play driver. Everybody's a play driver. Play driver. Play driver.
They don't really have any shooters. Like their only shooters are Seneca and I am Cutter. Yeah. What about
Cutter? Go
Cutter. Yeah, I call him Cutter. So yeah, they don't have anyone that actually plays defense.
They don't have anybody.
I feel bad for Dostal. I feel bad for Dostal. That guy just gets thrown to the wolves every game.
Yeah,
he gets thrown to the wolves every game.
Just bet over for Anaheim games every single game this year.
Oh,
it's just going to be
Killorn.
over. Take the other team. Take the other team over whatever their total is. Team total over the other team. They're not. This is going to be like 7-5, 6-3s, everything, every game.
Killorn plays defense, so he does play some defense.
Killorn was the guy I was thinking about. Not bad. Besides that, nobody.
Oh, or it's this Nikita Nestorenko.
Nestorenko, yeah, he's like the fourth one.
He plays some defense.
He won't be too bad. But besides that, Granlund doesn't. Kreider kind of does, but Seneca, I mean, he's young, give him time, but I just don't know if that's going to be the place to do it. Leo Carlson
plays D.
Troy Terry, right? He's not on the lineup. Yes, Troy Terry is excellent. Troy Terry,
the guy that had like one hit last year.
They're not going to be. He's not even going to be in the lineup to start the year. The only guy that's one of the better guys on the team now. And he gets Troy Terry, I think, had only one hit all year.
Yeah, I know, it's funny. You have like one hit.
But that shows you that you don't have to be the most physical guy in the world to be very good defensively. You just have to be smart at positioning and stuff.
And don't worry, they have Nick Jensen on the decor. It'll be fine. They have Nick Jensen. I feel bad for Dostal.
He'll be injured with the first 10 games probably, and then they'll have it's just a mess there.
I actually do like Ian Moore a decent amount. I don't know what he is. Is he a forward? Is he a D? I don't know what he is.
He was drafted as a D man. He's supposed to.
Yeah, I'm kind of joking.
I can't tell what he's going to do. I don't like. Has he even played any tough comp yet? I don't like.
No,
he's going to be he might be going way over his head here.
Yeah, Drew Helsman is just bad. Like, I don't like. Dostal's a good goalie, but he gets thrown to the wolves every night with chances he faces. It's not even his fault. Not his fault at all. Like it's just assistants that they play right. They're all out.
San Jose, honestly, they got to grow that way too. They've got to.
Well, I think San Jose is better, but like, are they actually good?
They've got Wenberg. They've got good guys to teach the kids how to. Toffoli, Wenberg. That was good. Those are good pickups.
I think their decor is a yikes. They're having Nurse Trouba on the first pair against other teams' elites. How's that going to go?
That's bad. That's going to
Yeah.
go. Nurse
That's.
I'll take Nurse more than Truba in that situation.
I think Nurse is better than Trouba. Yeah.
Truba's.
I don't know how.
brilliant.
I don't know how. I don't know. Did they not look at their analytics department? Like, how can they think? Let's sign.
They're
Trouba
an
to the
analytics team too. I
Yeah,
just
they do.
think that I think the mindset here, because I honestly think Greer knows that this team's not going to be running for cups for another 2-3 years yet. These kids have got to develop before they're cup contenders. So they just went out. They needed to get some veteran guys that are very good at helping kids be professionals off the ice. They're big enough that they can handle the physical abuse in the NHL. And his mindset to me is, if a defenseman can't beat these guys out of their spots, then they're not ready to. I think that's his attitude. He doesn't want to put guys there that are going to block the younger players below him. That's what I think the mentality
I think they're doing it anyway because Orlov is very good. Honestly, I actually like
Orlov is good. Yeah, Orlov is good.
He's probably their best defender. He probably is their best defenseman.
Absolutely. He is definitely their best defender.
I mean, I think the Sharks had choice between Nurse and Riley. Who's better, Nurse or Morgan Riley? I would probably go Riley.
I would go Nurse.
I would go Riley.
Okay, I don't see it. That guy is he's a black hole defensively. Like there's nothing.
Well,
I think but then again, Riley did have to play with very poor
and he's like first pair matchups
in Toronto too, and Nurse did too. So give him a little bit of credit there, but honestly, I would take Nurse.
I think it's close, right? It's not like they're just both like overpaid by massive amounts, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about the Shakir kid, the Shakir Malcolm-Madulin kid?
I like him. It's third year. He's grown every single year. So
also,
you like that.
Funny part is, you know how most defensemen have worse numbers on their offside? Shakir's the opposite. He has a 7% better numbers on his offside compared to his strong side.
That's interesting. He's huge. That's for sure.
He's massive.
He's a big boy. No, I like him. I think that was a good pickup. Nothing wrong with that. I like his
I like Shea a lot too.
Shea
was my number one.
Yeah, I see. I think Shea right now at this point is about the same as Nurse, but
I think if you're looking at Nurse last year, right?
He's a better PKer though. Shea is way better PK.
Yeah, I think for what Edmonton needs, which is more puck moving on that second pair, Shea fits that more. She's a better puck mover than Nurse.
I don't think it was a bad move. You're getting at least the same player.
Potential to be
for
better,
half
right?
the price. For half the price.
But if you're looking at Nurse last year compared to Shea last year,
last year was terrible for Nurse.
Huh?
Last year was terrible for Nurse. Yeah. It was terrible. Yeah.
But also, Nurse in the regular season, he's always been decent, but in the playoffs, he just shits the bed every year. Shits the bed every time.
I think Nurse puts too much pressure on himself, and I think
he tries to do too much.
All the negative stuff that was coming in Edmonton, like it's tough playing in Edmonton because
it's tough. Yeah, it's like playing in Toronto, but like the same.
I think it's tougher in Edmonton because you get.
I think the media is worse in Edmonton.
Every city has their assholes. Every city does, but in Edmonton,
it's the whole media.
It's smaller than Toronto, so it's harder to run and hide. And all the assholes are Edmonton Oilers fans generally, and very passionate Edmonton Oilers fans. And they do stupid shit, like yell at their family across downtown and say stupid shit and fucking.
Also, the media members ask
for a trade because of it.
The media members ask some ridiculously stupid questions. Like some of the questions they ask are just. That's a question you're asking. Like,
let's face it. Besides maybe a few, most of the media guys there are clueless.
Like Spectre is clueless. who's that other guy? Jim Matheson is also
Jim
pretty
Matheson's bad. I don't mind Staples. I've had Staples on.
Oh
show
no,
before.
Staples is great. I actually like
Yeah,
Staples.
I like
He's good.
Staples. Yeah.
But he's
I like
not like the
Staples.
he's not like the Oilers entertainment group guys. He's not part of that.
No.
He works for
Staples is
Yzerman.
good. I did some shows with him early on when I started doing this. I wish we could do it again. He was good. What? That was it, really. Staples.
Yeah. Well, I think going back to Shakir, he does one thing well. He's actually good at defending off the rush. That is the Oilers. The core has one potential issue is apart from the first pair, all the other guys are not that great at defending off the rush. Wallman is just inconsistent at it. Some years he's good,
Have a full year of Dickinson if he's healthy, and you'll see that change.
I think you'll see that change too. Yeah.
I think like a full year of Dickinson's going to help out a lot there. It's just when you got a bottom six that doesn't know what they're doing, it affects the defense so bad.
I think a lot of the poor defense is not actually on the defenders. It's on the winners not backtracking.
Yes,
Like
and not knowing what
year
they're doing when they do get there.
Like Hyman, I've seen so many plays where the guy is just floating. He's just like what he's like backtrack. Like it's really
and that's deployment because Hyman can be very good, but
he was good defensively like the year before. Like when they were getting to the Cup Finals, he was very good defensively. This year he just died defensively. He just fell off the cliff. Same as
I think the whole team ran out of energy this year. To tell you the honest
truth. I think it's same thing with Florida. I think Florida, Edmonton, they just ran out of gas. Florida's more injuries and ran out of gas. Edmonton is basically the same.
Florida, I don't think they ran out of gas. I don't give a fuck meter went out real quick. That's a smart team that realized, you know what, we don't have it this year. We're just gonna fuck around and get a buck. Especially if they knew Brady was coming. I wouldn't doubt if somebody told them, look, we get that first pick this year, we're gonna get Brady next year. Okay. We'll be drinking on the freaking road. Whatever. They didn't care. That's a smart team that can do that. That isn't going to be affected by the competitive.
I think a lot of it also was it was a toxic environment near the end with Knobloch in that last year. The environment was not very good.
Yeah, well, I think McDavid had it right. They were an average team with high expectations. I said that before the season started. I said this is an average team. This is not a great team, and he said it at the end of the year. And he was absolutely right. People are like, oh, he meant we were playing like, no. Listen to what he said. Average team with high expectations. When were the expectations? Not in the middle of the season, not 10 games in. It was before the season started. He was right. Absolutely right.
I think also moving Nuge down into a role where he's not playing first line matchups could help him out. I don't know if it's going to. But they're good. But they're going to have him on the third line to start. I'm pretty sure.
So that means they're going to give him Howard on the top line.
No. Because
who are they going to put on the top line?
They're going to have McDavid, Hyman, Savoy, and they're going to have Pods, Kapanen, and Draisaitl on.
Okay. I'm going to do it that way. I don't mind that. I still think I feel sorry for Draisaitl on that position.
Well,
he carries that line so hard.
Well, Draisaitl does well with those type of players, right? He's completely different. McDavid needs quote unquote better players to play with him because it's hard to find McDavid winners than it is to find.
I would put it that Draisaitl does better than most would with those players on there, just because he's so good.
Just because how he wants to play is so simple, and he tells he wants guys that aren't super puck dominant, right? They want guys that are good off the puck, right?
Yeah, he wants guys that can do the work for him in the corners. That's what he wants. Kapanen doesn't really do that, but it's a mismatch second line. But it's good enough with Dickinson there to get them into the playoffs, or at least get them to the trade deadline and do some position.
I think Kapanen is just a shooter, right? He's just a shooter. That's all he is on that line.
Yeah, and he's a guy that just he has to get in behind the defense. He's got lots of speed.
I think I think playing Savoy with Draisaitl and Podkolzin is better because Savoy does what Podkolzin does, but actually holds onto the puck on the forecheck.
So you said Kapanen and Savoy was going to be up with McDavid? Yeah.
No. I said it's going to be Hyman, McDavid, Savoy, Podkolzin, Draisaitl, Kapanen. Then it's going to be Nuge, Dickinson. I don't know who's on the third line. Oh wait, no, sorry. It would be Howard, Dickinson, Nuge. You play Nuge on the offside. You play Howard on the offside. It's fine.
I don't like Howard on the third line.
Do you have to play him in the NHL? So?
I don't know.
Or you play Kirby Dack on the third line, or Frederick.
Yeah. Maybe if you got Hopkins and Dickinson there, it won't matter about who the third guy is so much. Because that's a good pair for the third line. Anyways, I think we're going to call it a night here, buddy.
Okay.
1.5. Thanks for coming on, Zach.
Thanks for inviting me.
You were so good. And if you get that pod going, I want to go on it, my friend. I want to go on it. And you got to send me a link, and I'll send it to all the lands so everybody knows what's going on. And when you do that pod, are you going to actually put your face out there? Or is it all?
Oh, yeah. I still have my camera right now, so it's still.
Oh, you don't have your camera? Okay, cool. So if you're watching out for Zach's podcast, it's going to be coming up right now. Coming up soon. I forgot to put the Hymes up again. Let me see if I can quickly find it. Oh no, I didn't download it. Seabreeze now for Hymes Body Loop. Hymes Body Loop. It's the best there. I said it. That's summertime yacht season, and so get yourself. What did we say, Rico? We called that. I'll tell you in a second. I can't remember what it was, but something. Oh, drop it like it's yacht instead of drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's yacht. Drop it like it's yacht. Yeah, that's what it is. So check that out, and check out the Puck in Deep we did. We predicted Steve Yzerman's firing 3 days before it happened. You go check that out. And we do a lot of that on Puck in Deep. We get Lyle Richardson, writer for the Hockey News, and owns a website called Specters Hockey. He's been a writer for the Hockey News for years and years and years. I was reading him when I was getting magazines sent to me as a kid. I was watching Lyle and Russ Cohen. He comes on as well. So we see lots of Russ Cohen. Check out Puck in Deep. You can go if you want to purchase it early. I would, if I were you, a whole calendar year of my picks on my winnable for NHL and baseball, which we have swag. Who's kicking ass at baseball right now? Get years worth of picks, up usually around 400 to 700 units every single year. Which, if you were to bet $10 per, that's $4,000, $7,000, $100. You know what I'm saying? A lot. You're making a lot, and it only costs you $150 for a whole freaking year. You can also get monthly, weekly packages, but take the full year, man. It's the best way to go. All right, Zach. Be watching up for that podcast. Do you have a name for it or anything like that yet, or just in there?
It's all up in the air. Yeah.
I'll be watching out for it. You got to come on again and let me know when things get more advanced so we can talk about your stuff. We'll talk about more analytics again because I love me some analytics in the NHL, don't you know? Next time Zach is on, catching us next time with Larry or Rico or any of the other great hockey minds come on and talk about who knows what. Talk to you later. That's my full 42, boys and girls. Okay.